Hello everyone. So today we'll be looking at how to create our own custom navigation bar. Alright, so we have our home page, our main file, void main, run app, CLS widgets, material app, home. Alright guys, so let's get to it. Um First things first, let's do something. Alright, let's create a folder called features. Inside that folder we have home page, home. Inside home we have, or rather we have another feature called core. Now inside core we have a folder called Excel, things that we use. Basically the core, like this in a former video using clean architecture. The home is the home feature, right? So everything that's going to be on the home, whatever widgets, everything is going to be inside this home folder. And then widget that you use globally, right? In different parts of the app, it's there, it's available, like navigation bar that is down here. And you have different pages like a home page. Yeah, the home feature is here on the first tab. The next one, our feature. Now, widgets like that are available globally are normally in the core. Right, so inside this core, we will have something called um, tab bar. Let's go items. Oh, sorry, we have to rename that. Okay, they add the extension. Dot. All right. Okay, let's remove this. I don't know on that. All right, so we say it's going to be stateless widgets. Otherwise, use stateful. Just to say, we call it tab item. Okay, it's going to be the tab item that we tap, like let's say the icon container. All that. Let's just get that. So we have a container. Right? We'll not give it the height. We'll not give it the width. Rather, what we'll give it is a child. Let's say icon. Let's say home. Okay. Give it a color. Blue. Just want to check how the tab is going to look, and then we'll give, say, what else? Size. Give a size of 50. All right. So I want to just display what the tab is going to look like. Center. And then let's give it a child, which is tab items. We save. Right, and we have an error somewhere. I guess I have to restart the app. And now this is it, right? Now we want to give it some border. Right now we can't see what's there. So first of all, let's give it a color. It's color gray. We save. That is it. Right. We're obviously not going to use gray though. Let's say I think that should be fine. I don't think there's anything to do for this part. I don't think I have to do for this part. Let's give it padding. It's obviously not going to be size 50. Size 50 is, I think that's too big for a button, a navigation button. So let's give it a of 10. All right, let's reduce this to 30. 35. All right, so we're going to have multiple buttons that will be clickable. So now, first of all, let's remove this whole body. Let's leave this for now. Now, in this part, we want it to be clickable, right? First of all, let's make this background somewhat dark. Let's use gray for the color. Now, when we use a white tab bar, because it's going to be a white tab bar, we'll be able to know where it starts and how it goes. Okay, so gray dot shade 300. Okay, I think this should be okay. This should be fine. All right, back to this side. Okay, so first of all, we want it to be clickable. All right, we wanted that when we click on the particular um, tab, the other subsequent tabs, like let's say we have 3 tabs, 4 tabs, to be different shade of color. Okay, so what are we going to do about that? We're going to come here and give some properties. Let's give sorry, let's give for property of boom is selected. Then let's give it a widget, or should we use a text? I think we should use a text. Now let's use a widget. Okay, icon, icon data. So we want it in a way that this particular icon is going to be gray when clicked. Okay, when it's not clicked, when it's unselected, and then when it's selected, it turns blue. Right, so let's give it a tap function to find function. Now with this, we have tapping functionality. All right, so first of all, let's add this. There it is. Yeah, saved. Okay. Now let's wrap this entire widget, right, in a gesture detector. Now since it's stateless on top, okay, so since it's stateless, we'll use widget dot on top. That's the way you want to use on top functionality. Now another thing, right, here with these colors, okay, let's put something here. Widgets that is selected. So if selected, give us blue. If it's not selected, give us dark gray. Okay, now that should be all for now if I'm not mistaken. If there's anything, we'll come back here. Now let's have another widget called tab bar. Oh, not the folder. Let's have a thing here called tab. Widgets. Made a mistake. I used capital letters. Use small letters. Just I know I keep doing this today. All right, so let's have a stateless stateful widgets. Right, so we have this. Let's give it a row. All right. And now we're going to have icons, list of icons. So not specific type, icon data, icons. It's equals to this. Now, what kind of icons? We want to have at least 3 icons. Okay, so let's say icon dot home, icon dot set email and icons dot person. All right. So we're going to have a for bar tabs. And what's the error here? It's not used. Let's calm down. Tabs in icons. All right. Now we want to return the tab items. Yes. All right. So for the tab items, we want to do something. Let's give this a property because we're going to call this in the home page. All right. So we'll need to know two things. Okay. First things first, we're going to need to know the selector index where it starts from. Right? And that's going to normally be 0. I mean, you can twist it in a way where it could be 3, it could be 2, it could be anywhere you want it to start from. There are cool ways to do it. But mine for this video is going to be 0. So we're not going to give that specific number here. Where we're going to call it is going to be at the home page or wherever the nav is going to be situated at. All right. So let's give final int selected index. Then we have a function int tab. All right, so I think that's all we're going to need for this side. Yes, C sharp. All right, now this is a boolean, right? We need to pass in two things. First of all, we're going to need to know the tabs the icons index of tabs. Now we need to know this that if it's equals to the current index, which is not given here. All right, that's that, and then icons. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right, so use tabs. Tabs is the each basically this is it's each element in this list. Okay, and so tabs. Then the next thing we have on tab. Now for the on top, we have since it's a stateless, a stateful widget, we have the set state, and we will do something here where we'll make the widget setter index to be equals to what's the matter? Okay, I think because we used final. Alright, no. Huh. Okay. Alright, let's take that back. Close this up. Then we use this and we equate it to this. Okay. Alright, so basically what this does is that each tab, the selector index is going to be equated to whatever tab you are tapping. So whatever you tap, it shows basically. Alright, so okay. Yeah, that looks better. Alright, so we're going to have another thing, which is going to be this on top. Um Okay, we'll just copy this and paste it here. And we have an error. That's because we made it nullable. Okay, so let's see what happens. Nothing for now. Let's come over here, the home page. We have the bottom navigation also called the on the tab widgets. Yes. Further index starts from 0. Let's give it here. And it's selected x equals to 0. Alright, so that's that. Then for the tab, we'll make this state. Okay, thank God state already. Set states. And then we'll make the selected index equal to whatever value. Let's change from p0 to value. Let's say value. Let's see what happens first of all. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Let's come back here. First of all, let's check if it works. It's switching, but it's still not good enough. Alright, so first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap. Okay, first we're going to expand this. I think it should be here. Space. Okay. Now, one thing, we should wrap this in a container. Container. Give it a background color. Color of, I would say, white. Since the background isn't exactly what it should be, but all right. Let's give it a padding. Oh, we use symmetry here, and then we horizontal. We say 23. That would bring it out of those colors. For vertical, what's gonna happen is no, vertical. Let's go back to the tab itself, the item itself. Come back here and do a little magic. Alright, so we will check in the container. It has a property called margin. Alright. So basically it does what the padding does, but from in a container we add paddings for the insides, right? These spaces here are all padded. And for the margin, it's for the outside. Right, so first of all, let's get rid of this background color. Now we give it padding. Should we say all around? Let's use all around first. Right, there it is. Okay, so we don't want to use all of them are home. Oh, that's wrong. All of them are home. That's wrong. Okay, that's because here we did not pass that widgets. Say widgets dot icons. Save here it is. Looking nice. Okay, nice. All right. So what do we want to do now? Okay. Okay. Now let's have some screens, or let's have some screen. All right, we'll have a column. They need, I don't think so. Let's see if the if statement will work. if, what does it say? Alright, let's put it inside the container. Standard child column. This is column, you have a if statement. The selected index, you have 3 pages, right? So we start from 0. Give us a center text. Center text with the child text. Home. Let's give it a size. So you can see it much better. Text style font size. Now that is fine. Okay, so let's save. Do we have it there? Okay, there it is. Okay. All right. Let's add a sized box so we can just see it. You can have anything inside this box. You can have any widgets, right? So I think rather than this, I'll make some screens. Let me make some screens for us. Okay, let's give a size box height 50 so we can just see this. There it is. Now, no, let's just create that one and then we'll move to screens itself. Then we have else if. Oh, it's not the other one, please. Okay, where does this end? Alright. Else if selected index is equals to 1. We're gonna have screen, then else if selected index is equals to 2. We have another screen. Right, so let's save this. Now let's copy this so we can just see how it looks. Then we need to actually put in a screen there. And a common mistake that I made when I first learned how to make my own application of person, my mail, save. Here it is. My mail, the different screens we are on. Alright, so basically this says that okay, whatever we have tapped, right? Generally it's at 0, right? First is the home page. Whatever we have typed, when I tap it, the screen is going to check, is this page 1, right? 0 signifies home, 1 email, and this. If you have up to like 10, then it's going to be 0 to 9, right? So now it checks if the selected index is equal to 0, we have this. If it's 1, we have my mail, this, that. Right, basically on top is rebuilding. Okay, so that's that, but let's check out real screens. Okay, so let's close this tab bar. Okay, we have a home page. I thought I'll do something, but let's just leave that. We have a home page. Oh, that too much work. Let's have a folder called screens. And in this screen, we're going to have multiple files. Let's say page dot. We're going to have another one, which is my mail page. Right? It's not actually, it's wrong using page. I still made this mistake. We use screens, right? For mobile, it's screens. So let's say screen. Now for here, we'll use screen. And then let's have another one, which is going to be profile. Screen. Now, normally when you're creating a screen, yes, let's just state that we are not reading anything here. You're creating a screen, we normally use a scaffold, yes. Now, let me show you what's going to happen when you have a scaffold. Scaffold, let's give it a body. Let's give it a body of, I don't know, text. I always have like a lot of text. I could just go around. Alright, don't do this, but alright, so now we have created a page, right? Let's go down to this home page and remove this entire thing. Okay, then we have profile screen, save. Then we come here, I have an error. The reason is because this is already being displayed on a scaffold, and for you to put a whole scaffold on a scaffold is wrong. Right? Where does it start? Where does it end? How big is the scaffold? All that, because it's going to have an unbounded height. All right. So what we do instead is, instead of using the same way you'd create a container, you return a container, you do return a column. All right. So here we have inside this column every child that is a text. Hello. Make another one. Copy, paste, 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 and save. Restart this app on pause. Just restart and it's going to clear off. There it is. Although we have it's up here. The best way to fix this is by when you create the stuff, you just give it this, or you have an app bar. I think an app bar should do just fine if I'm not mistaken. Alright, the app bar would actually just do very well for this. Okay, so that's it. Now let's do the same thing for home page. Its profile. Let's just copy this column. Copy it, come to the home page. Or rather, just copy the whole file. In VS Code, when you highlight one thing and you click on Control Double, I've done it before, it basically doubles every single thing that has the same title or whatever you have highlighted. Right, so remove this and then we click on Control Space Home Page. Then we have Control C. Let's mark all of this. Let me paste, paste, paste. And then we have now for the mail, Control. In Windows, if you click on your if you click on your Control V, it carries you to this. If it's not activated, then you have to do it again. But you normally activate it, just activate it because it helps a lot. Then you come over here, we do the same thing, Control D, that's Control Double. Then we come here, we delete it, Control Space, Mail, and then we come over here, delete this, have a text called mail. And then we have a command, then we copy, yeah. All right, now we're going to come to the home page. We're going to change this from this. Let's remove the size box. Put home string. Then remove this and put mail. My mail screen, my profile screen, and save. Let's restart the app. Should be showing any second. Home, it's coming. Alright, so you want to click on this. Still putting up. I'll click on this. I don't know what's going on. I don't think it's an error. Ooh, we have an error somewhere. Wait, we have an error somewhere. No, I don't is. All the pages are made with columns. As because I have a tab set, might be. Let's see if it works. Works. So I think what's gonna happen, let me restart the app, kill the app, and then run it again. But I don't think there's an error. Right, so we'll come back when it's done. Alright, so it's coming up. Here it is. So let's see, let's carry this. Alright. Let's see what happens. Okay. Alright, that tracing I actually do have a problem. I don't know what that is. Did we use an expanded? We used an expanded. Let's roll this. Of widgets. If we save, that should not give us any problems. So let's start. I think the reason why is because we use an expander. We didn't need it. There are some widgets that you use at the time and then bam, it's more harm than good. Okay, so yeah, this is the app. It's running. We tap, switches. You can give different functionalities, like let's say title, a label, as you would call it, a label, and many more stuffs. And yeah, I'll work on an application, a tutorial that utilizes and does a proper navigation bar. But yeah, this is how to create your own custom navigation bar. The next one I'm going to make is a tab bar, which is basically the same thing, fun too. So yeah, please like, share, subscribe. This color for the app bar doesn't look nice, so let's give it a color. Shadow color. Let's background color. Let's give it transparency. Okay, so this is much better. All right, so yes, so you like, subscribe, and share to anybody that needs to know how to create a custom navigation bar. Love you all.